Hi, and thank you for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. This week, we're looking to the Bible to discover how we can honor God when we're in the middle of opposition, hardship, conflict, especially in relation to other people. In your relationships, when someone is out to get you, how do you respond? Maybe someone is spreading lies or trying to cause dissension in your home or at work. Maybe they're comparing your work versus theirs and trying to take credit for it. Or so many different conflicts can come up between people. And sometimes it can feel like we're being attacked and we're being mistreated. It's interesting in the Bible when you look to the life of David and also Saul. Now, we aren't going to go into the whole story. Again, this is found in 1 Samuel. I encourage you to go back and read. I'm going to read a little portion from chapter 24. But in this story, Saul is king of Israel, and yet David is coming up and will be the king after him. Saul begins to get nervous. He begins to get fearful. He begins to get jealous of the fame and the praise of the people as David does more and more amazing things. And in that, he begins to want to get David out of the way. It actually gets to the point, taken over by his sin, that he's willing to kill David and get other people to help him. And so you see these chapters of Saul pursuing David and David on the run. And yet there's an interesting portion of scripture in 1 Samuel chapter 24 where David actually has the upper hand. He finds himself hiding out in a cave and Saul comes in by himself. And David has his opportunity. He can finally get revenge. He has the power now. And let's see what happens. It says in chapter 24, verse 7 in the book of 1 Samuel, "So David restrained his men and did not let them kill Saul. After Saul had left the cave and gone on his way, David came out and shouted after him, 'My lord the king.' And when Saul looked around, David bowed low before him. Then he shouted to Saul, 'Why do you listen to the people who say I am trying to harm you? This very day you can see with your own eyes it wasn't true. For the Lord placed you at my mercy back there in the cave. Some of my men told me to kill you, but I spared you. For I said, I will never harm the king. He is the Lord's anointed one. Look, my father, at what I have in my hand. It is a piece of the hem of your robe. I cut it off, but I didn't kill you. This proves that I am not trying to harm you and that I have not sinned against you, even though you have been hunting for me to kill me.'" Revenge is an easy thing to sell yourself on. You know, hardship and hurt happens all the time. If David had any right to revenge, it's pretty clear that he would have been justified. This man's trying to get him and kill him and hurt him and attack him and pursue him. And yet when David had a moment, he recognized that really God is who he needs to honor. He might have been justified, but he recognized in that moment, we see through his language that he also realized that by killing Saul, the Lord's anointed, it would have dishonored God. I want us to think when we're facing hardship, when we feel attacked, when we feel undeservedly mistreated, when we feel overwhelmed, whatever, that we need to learn from this lesson of David. Do we consider in those moments when emotions are high, how can I honor God in this? You know, we might see an opportunity and think, oh, this is when I can get my revenge. But that doesn't honor God. Instead, David trusted that God was in control. And instead of worrying about how Saul was mistreating him, he worried about how he could honor God and how he treated Saul. I know this is countercultural. I know it's counter sin in us. Sin tells us, take your chance, do what you can do, get those that have gotten you. But God challenges us in his word. And we see an example from David that we need to honor God when we've been hurt, that we trust God, that we seek God and we look to wisdom. And we need to respect that every single person, follower of Christ or not, is made in the image of God and deserves to be treated with respect. These are challenging words, and I consider, how can I apply this to my own life? And I challenge you to do the same. Do you treat other people with respect, even if you disagree, even if you feel like they're out to get you? Or do you look for opportunities to take revenge? Revenge might be in a form of gossip, talking negatively about them, hurting them, setting them up for failure, all sorts of things. We need to consider how we can honor God when we're in a position of feeling attacked. Hey, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today and hope to see you again tomorrow for another Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.